All right, welcome everyone. Today we have two more teams going against each other. We got Byoingers versus Oklahoma State JV. Welcome everyone in. It's going to be a super fun time. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. Also, later on tonight, we have another stream at 10 p.m. EST, which is going to be LEFLOPPERS versus who's LeFloppers playing against? Craigforce 1. So if you'd like to come see that as well, we will also be streaming that game later on tonight. And yeah, good luck to both teams. All of you can go ahead and go to your respective channels now, and we'll get this thing started.
Y'all, good luck.
See ya. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
All right, now getting started. It looks like Byoingers is going to go for heads, and it was in fact heads. That means that Byoingers gets the map pick. Their options are Lijiang, Ilios, and Nepal. And it looks like for this time we're going to go into Nepal, which I believe is a first on in MST Esports in this season. We are going to Nepal, which yeah, I'm almost positive is the first time that we've actually played Nepal in this tournament. So it's going to be pretty exciting. That means that Oklahoma State JV is going to get the first hero ban. All right, looks like we're going for Winston from Oklahoma State JV, and now Byoingers is choosing their hero ban. All right, and it looks like they're going to ban Zen. Gonna ask if both teams are ready. We're gonna go ahead and get into this thing. All right, looks like both teams are ready, and we are going to get started. Good luck to both teams, and we'll see how this plays out.
Traveling to Nepal. Initiating match.
Now, one thing I will mention is that I have seen Oklahoma State JV looking for a lot of scrims in our server. I do know that they've been playing together a lot, getting prepared for this tournament. So I'm excited to see how they perform today. Byoingers has also kind of been in the scrim server and the scrim channel as well, looking for scrims as well. So I'm definitely think that both of these teams are going to be bringing their A game today. It looks like for Byoingers, we got Astro playing Ram. We got Factor playing Symmetra, a Freya, an Alari, and a Kiri. As for Oklahoma State JV, we've got Arisa, Ash, Junkrat, Juno, and a Brig. It actually looks like we're going to swap over to Symmetra here.
Your miscalculations will cost you everything. I will take everything from them.
Freya immediately getting off some hits onto that Arisa there with her ult fire, which blows up after it lands. Dealing some heavy damage to this Arisa immediately. Astro trying to go for some supports here, and it doesn't look like it worked out too well. Now taking some heavy damage, but it looks like his supports are able to keep him up. Factor also going into the backline here, trying to get some picks as well. And it looks like Byoingers is able to get the first few picks. Oklahoma State JV now with only 2 players left.
I do not fight.
And it looks like Byoingers is going to take this first point here. Boosted coming back for the Freya, trying to make sure that she gets back in time. Factor unfortunately getting picked off pretty early by Spectrum there. We'll see if maybe they can use this pick to get this point back. Astrofire also getting a pick on Brig there. Berger managing to get a pick on the Kiri there, and Astro getting a pick on Raichu. Berger also getting a pick on Freya there too. And it looks like Astro is also able to get a pick on Orisa there. So now it is only Junkrat and Orisa left, and it looks like Byoingers is able to take them out. Byoingers holding the point still now at 60%, coming up on quite a few ultimates here. Oklahoma State JV still looking for some ults here, trying to find something to take this point back. Factor with an amazing Tracer ult there, managing to pick off one of their supports. Oklahoma State JV now down a player for their next fight. Hog getting quite low there, but it doesn't look like it was quite enough to get the pick. Astro going in for this Junkrat. It looks like it's going to work out for him. Astrofire pops ult. Oklahoma State JV now just trying to stall this point as long as possible. The rest of their team gets there. But it looks like Byoingers is going to take this first point.
Score 1-0. Ready for battle.
I'm the last one you'll ever cross.
I'm surprised Papa's come around on Omnix. Usually he doesn't change his mind about anything.
From imperfection, we build a new world.
Welcome to everyone in chat. I appreciate everyone who showed up today. We've got a good game planned out for today, and also another one later on at 10, which is going to be LEFLOPPERS versus Craigforce 1. So if you want to go see that one, that's going to be at 10 p.m. EST. You can go check out that game as well. But now heading into the second round of this game, it looks like Freya's going to try and take some high ground here, get some early damage in with that secondary fire, which is very, very deadly. Freya really proving to be quite the meta character when she first came out, and still, honestly, kind of just destroying the meta. Dealing some heavy damage to this Hog, and it looks like Hog is going to fall. However, it looks like Juno also managed to get picked off by Oklahoma State JV. But it looks like Oklahoma State JV isn't really going to be able to make it back. And unfortunately, it looks like Byoingers is going to take this this first few percentage here. And we'll see how long they can hold it. Berger going in for an Elim there, but unfortunately wasn't quite enough to pick off that Cassidy. As we saw there, Freya using her secondary fire gets pretty dang close to a one-tap on low health characters. Freya is truly just a very powerful character in the meta right now. Looks like Byoingers is already down 2 though. It's possible that Oklahoma State JV is going to bring this back, and it looks like they are able to. Byoingers at 36%, and Oklahoma State JV now just now getting the point. Byoingers is also coming up on some ultimates here. We might see some good ultimate usage here to possibly take this point back really quickly. Oklahoma State JV still waiting on a few of their ults. Factor pops his ult. Unfortunately does not manage to get a pick. But it looks like Byoingers doesn't care. They're still going in, and they're managing to get picks here. And they are able to get back the point. Oklahoma State JV making it to 37%, about where they were when they took the point from them as well. Oklahoma State JV now coming back with Hog ult, a Junkrat ult, both support ults coming up, and a Bob coming up in a pretty fast fight here as well. Byoingers now only holding on to a an Alari ult and a Orisa ult there. Berger using his ultimate early to get some heavy damage on Orisa. Oklahoma State JV now managing to get picks on both of their DPS. It looks like Byoingers is going to have to back out of this fight. And an amazing hook from Malcolm manages to get Orisa off of the map. Now Byoingers without their tank, they'll have to decide whether they want to push this or if they want to just leave it. Alari pops her ult, as well as a nano from OKJV and a bob from OKJV. And it looks like Byoingers is just not able to hold it, as the nano on the Ashe and the bob together truly just worked so well together and managed to take out most of Byoingers there, or at least scare them away from point. Byoingers now coming back with multiple ultimates. Oklahoma State JV now only having really Kitsune to kind of help them in this fight. They're definitely going to have to play a good game here to hold this point. Now at 85%, they're getting very, very close to finishing off this game. Orisa taking some heavy damage here as well. We'll see if OKJV is able to take them out. Fortunately, it looks like Oklahoma State JV is just not able to hold it, and Byoingers managed to take back the point now at 75%. Oklahoma State JV is going to have to come back pretty quickly. However, they are coming up on a Hog and a Kitsune here, which could definitely prove useful to them. Byoingers coming up on a Blade and also having a Freya ult could also help them in this upcoming fight as well. This is really anyone's game here. However, Oklahoma State JV is going to have to touch before they... And it looks like Malcolm manages to pop ult and get a pick on Orisa, and then Juno, and now Byoingers with only 2 players left. We're going to see if Hog can hold here. Genji getting very low there, but it wasn't quite enough. Hog trying to hold the point here, and looks like he does. But Byoingers are coming back fast. We'll see if they're able to hold it. Unfortunately, Hog falls. And it looks like Oklahoma State JV is going down very quickly. They tried desperately to come back, but Byoingers is not going to give up this point easily. And it looks like the first game goes to Byoingers. What an amazing hold from Byoingers there, managing to come back at the last second, kill off that Hog, and take the point.
Play of the game.
And now a play of the game from Orisa here.
Return to the earth. Not so fast.
There we saw some amazing Orisa gameplay right there. Managed to get quite a few picks for their team. And it looks like we are going to go on into the next round. All right, Oklahoma State JV now with the map pick. Alright, and it looks like we're going to go to King's Row for our second map. One that's proven to be chosen over and over again in this tournament. People definitely love King's Row, and to be honest, I don't blame them. King's Row is an amazing map, and we see it often in competitive games like these. Now, just so everyone remembers, Byoingers just won the game, so that means that Oklahoma State JV, since they didn't choose the last map, gets the map pick, but because they lost that last map, they also get the first hero ban, and it looks like they're going to ban Freya, which honestly I do not blame them there, because that Freya really dealt some heavy damage, and Freya is a very meta character right now. So now we're waiting for Byoingers hero ban. We'll see what they choose to ban. They cannot ban a DPS, and they cannot ban anyone who's been banned before. And it looks like they're going to ban Ram. Also, not a bad pick. We did see a lot of very, very good Ramatra gameplay at the beginning, so we'll see how that affects Oklahoma State JV as they go into this next round. Can I ask if both teams are ready? And it looks like both teams are ready. We're going to go ahead and start into the next round. Good luck to both teams. We're now going into round 2. For those of you just joining in, that is 1-0 Byoingers. Byoingers won the last match, so that means that Oklahoma State JV is going to have to win this one if they want to tie up. And it seems we kind of have a kind of like the opposite of a curse, a blessing, if you will, on this map. We definitely see a lot of very good gameplay on this map, and a lot of really, really interesting plays. If you weren't here just 2 days ago, we saw 2 just beasts of Orisas fighting on this map and making some amazing plays. And if you were here just yesterday, we did... actually, no, yesterday I forgot. The stream did unfortunately run into some issues. But yesterday we did see a team climb up this side wall over here and jump across over here and kind of take the high ground from this team, over from the defending team, and really just absolutely demolish them from there. It looks like Byoingers is going to go for Rhine, Juno, Brig, Sojourn, and Cassidy, while Oklahoma State JV is going for Zarya, Widow, Junkrat, Juno, and Brig.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Alright, getting into it. Malcolm pops an early bubble. Now both bubbles. No bubbles left to defend herself. She might not want to push in too far here. Astro getting a pick on Dang It while going in there and just swinging his hammer as much as possible. However, it looks like Malcolm was also able to get a pick on Boosted there. Spectrum also getting a nice Widow pick on the Cassidy. Byoingers now with 0 DPS to hold them up. And it looks like Oklahoma State JV might get an early cap on this point. Oklahoma State JV getting a chance here to possibly get quite a few picks and split up their the Byoingers team. If they can do that, then they would be able to push past this first choke, which, as we know, is very, very dangerous for teams like these. They can possibly push that past this first choke immediately, which would be very, very beneficial to Oklahoma State JV here, as they want to push past this choke so that they can't get kind of walled in. Astrofire now swapping to kind of mirror this this Zarya gameplay. Byoingers coming up on a Cassidy ult here as well as a Juno ult. And it looks like Oklahoma State JV is coming up on a Zarya ult, a Junkrat ult maybe, and a Juno ult that they just used. Malcolm also using ult there, and they managed to get a pick on the tank once again, meaning they just get more options to just make space and absolutely push into their team. Malcolm just absolutely chasing down this Cassidy here. Oklahoma State JV was not very happy with that first game, and it would appear that they're using that rage to absolutely just push through.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine.
Uh-oh.
The payload. On me.
That is so unfortunate. Alright, unfortunately, looks like after the map change, the preset swapped to QP for some reason, so now we are on QP rules. Unfortunately, just kind of an unfortunate little mistake there. But it looks like we're just going to go ahead and run through this one, and then we'll swap sides, and we'll run through it again.
Energy protocols calibrated.
Oklahoma State JV now with 7 whole minutes to push it to the last point. Once again, they're just using the rage from last game and just making sure that this time they aren't going to lose. Again, once again, just an early pick on Astro there, and they're just continuing to push and make space here. Just, you know, getting pick after pick after pick, just full pushing it. It is very rare that after the second point, anyone has 7 minutes left. Byoingers now coming up on a few ults here that they might be able to use to kind of hold Oklahoma State JV back. They're definitely going to want to try and make as much. They're going to want to try and make as much time as possible. There we see Boosted using that Cassidy ult to kind of push Oklahoma State Junior Varsity back. Once again, Byoingers kind of sitting on some ults here, trying to save some of those ults and kind of use them one at a time to hold Oklahoma State Junior Varsity back. They want to make sure that they get as much time as possible on this clock to make sure that they can kind of bring this back. However, with 7 minutes on the second point, it's going to be hard to hold this. Once again, another pick on Astro means that they are able to push up with an amazing ult from Malcolm, allowing them to push even further. Now with half of the team kind of gone, they're going to have to push this pretty fast if they want to try to stop this. Astro using an ult there. Unfortunately not able to get a pick and gets booped off into the void by Luna there. And once again, we see another boosted ult there. Juno pops her ult for Byoingers there, and it looks like they are able to hold Oklahoma State Junior Varsity back, despite the Sigma kind of getting booped off into the void. It is unfortunate that you know, they were unfortunately unable to push it all the way.
Behold my creation.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Just in turret placement. My sentry is offline. Rasta cool day ahead. We are outnumbered.
Once again, it looks like Byoingers is able to hold Oklahoma State Junior Varsity back. Again, though, with 7 minutes on the second point, I mean, they still have 3 minutes left to hold this, to try and get this point to the end, which is not a small amount of time for a competitive setting like this. Usually, especially in kind of higher elo gameplay, sometimes you won't even make it to the final point, and you just have to hold out as long as possible on the second point. But here it looks like Oklahoma State JV was able to kind of make a comeback here. 7 minutes is just absolutely insane to me, and I can't fathom that in my head. So it looks like they will have plenty of time to still get this point. Now with Byoingers down 2, it's very possible that Oklahoma State Junior Varsity will be able to cap here. Almost a C9 from Byoingers, but luckily they managed to tap in the last second. D.Va trying to get some picks here, and it looks like she's able to look at a pick on that Brig. Now going for the Juno, unfortunately getting demech'd. And once again, Byoingers is just able to hold the point. It looks like this final point really is kind of their strong suit, where they really wanted to hold on this last point, not so much the first 2 points. And it looks like they now are coming up on quite a few beneficial ults that could definitely help them hold this point for even longer. With Oklahoma State University now only at a minute and a half left, they're definitely going to have to make some plays here in order to push this forward. Juno using an ult there to hopefully push in. Junkrat also using an ult there. Unfortunately not able to get a pick with it. Juno falls, now with only an Ana to heal them. Malcolm using ult there to try and get some picks. Unfortunately doesn't get any picks. Cassidy falls, but it looks like, I mean, Oklahoma State Junior Varsity is just struggling with this last push, and they are not able to take it. Once again being forced back by Byoingers. Byoingers wants to hold this point, already holding again for 7 minutes straight. It's just an insane hold from Byoingers, almost more unbelievable than getting 7 minutes in the first place. Byoingers now only has 2 ultimates to rely on, though. They're going to have to use these very responsibly. However, Oklahoma State University did also just use quite a few ults to try and get to this last push. D.Va dives onto the Cassidy, manages to get a pick there. Now looking at the Brig possibly, but unfortunately gets demech'd. Spectrum looking at the hazard there, unfortunately not able to get a pick as he manages to jump on the high ground and kind of hide from Bastion there. Spectrum unfortunately falls into the void. With only 7 seconds remaining, Malcolm desperately tries to hold on to it, but it looks like Malcolm falls. Overall, not a bad hold from Byoingers. We are now going to swap the rules to make sure that this is fair.
Play of the game.
This ends now.
Огонь по готовности. You have now entering King's Row. Initiating match.
All right. Oh wait, no, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Now entering King's Row. Initiating match.
All right, cool. Once again, I would like to apologize for the I would like to apologize for the mistake there. It looks like unfortunately, I don't know why when I swapped the map it swapped to QP rules. That's very unfortunate.
Ready for battle.
So just right there, we did see quite a play from Oklahoma State JV, who is actually now on this side. So let me fix that in the text real quick, just to make sure everyone knows who's who. And then I'll swap that back after this one.
4, 3,
Cool.
2.
The barrier appears.
Alright, now looking at Byoingers on their attack, looks like we're going to just super dive right into it. Winston into a Sigma here could be very good for them. Kind of using those lasers against most of his abilities will be beneficial to Byoingers, and immediately Byoingers able to get a pick on Malcolm there, which might give them this first point. However, if Malcolm's or if Oklahoma State JV chooses not to touch here, they could possibly come back for this choke. But it looks like they are going to choose to touch and try to take this point back.
Better luck next time.
But it looks like the Byoingers are able to take this point anyway. With 7 minutes on the clock, they are now going to have to push it to second point.
Let's move the payload together. Clear out.
No one can hide from my sight.
Target's locked. Open fire. Dodge this.
Byoingers now pushing past the first choke.
Taking damage. Let me take care of that for you.
Nice anti on that diva. She gets out of mech. Byoingers just still pushing.
Covering you. This will cut the pain. Nanoboost administered. Now I
Looks like Boosted managed to get a pick on Berger there. Malcolm uses bomb and manages to get a pick on Factor. It is possible that Oklahoma State JV is going to be able to hold this longer than Byoingers were able to hold it.
Still untouchable.
But no, looks like they have about the same time with 7 minutes remaining on this last push. The Oklahoma State JV is going to have to make a very, very nice hold here if they want to keep this this point. Remember, Oklahoma State JV has to win this game if they want to tie it with the Byoingers.
Hello there.
Enemy spotted. Railgun still at full power. Not so fast.
My next kill.
Oklahoma State JV in with 3 ultimates here. They used 2 of them and managed to get a pick on both the Sojourn and the Brig there, with Berger also getting a pick on Astro. Oklahoma State JV want this win, and they're not going to give it to Byoingers very easily.
Get the payload on its way.
No one can hide from my sight.
Boosted popping in for a sight there, trying to look for a pick. Unfortunately, getting kind of dived by the Arisa there. Unfortunately, it looks like Risa actually goes down as Sojourn comes back to help her out. Spectrum popping Bob. Fortunately, it doesn't look like Bob is going to be too much help to the Oklahoma State JV there. Oklahoma State JV now coming back with Arisa ult, but that's it. That's all they have to hold with. While Oklahoma State JV coming with Ball ult, a Nano, possibly a Sojourn ult coming up, and also a Brig ult there, which they just popped 3 of. We'll see if Arisa is able to possibly bring this back with her ultimate. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Stay down.
Payload's moving. About
Disrupting. I'm on fire.
The payload
This ends now.
Sojourn pops ult, manages to get an early pick on the Brig there. Another pick on the Junkrat.
cooling down. Healing fortified.
And it looks like Byoingers are going to take another game.
Play of the game.
There we saw 2 picks on that ult, and then another pick on Astrofire there. Some good gameplay from Berger there.
Now entering King's initiating match.
All right. Let me fix this. All right. Now Byoingers gets map pick. Let me make sure that we actually have the right preset here this time. And it looks like we're going to go to New Queen Street, which I believe is also a first for this this tournament. Personally, I see a lot of hate for New Queen Street, but I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like New Queen Street. I think it's a fun map to play on. I really enjoy it. Once again, since Oklahoma State JV lost, they do get first hero ban. I did, yeah, I did change the competitive settings. Very sorry about that mistake. Unfortunately, first time that that's happened. Very, very unfortunate. I'm gonna be completely honest. I've never worked with custom games until this project, so still kind of learning the ropes about it, but. All right, looks like they're gonna ban Junkrat. Now waiting for Byoingers hero ban. Yeah, so our rules are a little bit strange, but all right, and it looks like they're gonna go ahead and ban Brig. All right, looks like we're gonna be swapping out some players here. Berger is going to go to spectators, and Hot Rod is going to be swapped in. Possibly a secret weapon from from Oklahoma State JV here. We'll see what they're able to do with it. And now we'll see what teams are. All right, looks like both teams are ready. We'll be going into the third round. If Oklahoma State JV loses this round, they are out of the tournament until next season in September. However, if they don't, if they manage to bring this back, then it will be 1-2, and they will have a chance to bring this back. Who's my favorite Overwatch hero? I personally really like Venture. Avenger gets a lot of hate. I think they're a super fun character. I like their kit. I like how fun they are. And yeah, I don't think they're too overpowered. A lot of people, some people think that they're overpowered. I think they're really fun and have a great kit. So that's just me. Who's your guys' favorite? Tell me in the chat who your guys' favorite Overwatch heroes are. I'm interested in that.
Ready for battle.
Gotta do the... Yeah, that's nice. All right, it looks like for Byoingers, we are going to go Ball, Sombra, Tracer, Alari, and Moira. As for Oklahoma State JV, it looks like we're going to go May, Reinhardt, Soldier, Ana, and Lucio. Actually now swapping over to Ball as well. Looks like we're going for kind of a Ball mirror here. Two balls in one game is always going to be an interesting fight for sure. It's basically just who can kill the backline the fastest. Malcolm getting a pick on Moira there. Astro getting a pick on Spectrum as well. Both teams are now down 1. It is 4v4 right now. Ball trying to get some more picks here. Looking at the Soldier. Unfortunately, it isn't quite enough. And Ball taking some heavy damage. Byoingers now down 2. But manages to get a nice, clean boop on the Lucio. But it looks like Oklahoma State JV is going to take the early lead in this fight. Ball trying to get one last pick before he falls. Or possibly doesn't fall. It looks like he's actually just going to stay on this Ana. It looks like Byoingers might actually be able to bring this fight back.
We're ahead. Don't let that change. That's better. Don't face the sunrise! I'll do what I have to do. Back to the past.
Engaging the enemy.
Calculating trajectories. Area denied.
The Eye of Horus watches over you.
You see Astro using some ultimate there. Byoingers coming up on their forward spawn, which, as we saw last night, well, once again, the stream unfortunately had some issues, but last night during a push map on Coliseo, we saw that the enemy team really just kept on giving them forward spawn without taking it back, really, which just allowed the team to continue coming back over and over again. A good ult from Malcolm there, freezing some people and managing to get some picks, but unfortunately it looks like Byoingers is already able to get quite a few picks on Oklahoma State Junior Varsity.
You're slipping away.
Calculating trajectories. Enemy turret sighted.
Repositioning pylon.
My ultimate is ready. Join me.
Positioning healing pylon.
Surrender your soul.
Luna managing to use their ultimate there to get that final little bit of damage off on that ball and get a pick. Now trying to go for that Soldier, but it unfortunately looks like it won't work out. Byoingers now also down 1.
A taste of poison.
Tracer with that forward spawn is going to be able to come back fast, though. Oklahoma State JV is going to want to try and take them out of this forward spawn as fast as possible. If they just keep on coming back from this forward spawn, it's going to be impossible for them to win this fight. Spectrum using bombs on point there. Fortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be too effective. The entire team looking at him now, and unfortunately just doesn't know where to go. Byoingers once again taking the lead here.
I need your back. I'm here. Keep fighting. You're powered up. Get in there.
Factor using an ult there, managing to get quite a few hacks on there, but unfortunately wasn't quite enough to get much picks. Oklahoma State JV starting to bring back the point. If they can get past this middle section to make sure that Byoingers no longer has a forward spawn, they could definitely get a very clear advantage here that would definitely help them out and try to start pushing it back towards Byoingers' spawn. Remember, if Oklahoma State JV loses this fight, they will unfortunately be kicked from the tournament until next season in September.
Enemy has the robot. Initiate search and rescue.
More great.
Ready to burn. I am on fire.
Fortunately, Spectrum taking some heavy damage there. It looks like he's not able to quite make it out. Hot Rod popping an ult here, looking for picks. Fortunately, getting out a lot of damage there, but not quite enough to really kill anything. However, Oklahoma State JV is coming back quick, and looks like they're able to get a few picks here and there. They're possibly going to be able to push it back. Getting closer and closer to taking away that forward spawn from Byoingers here. Getting closer and closer. If they can take forward spawn and keep it from Byoingers here, they could definitely bring this back. It looks like they're able to take it, and Malcolm once again with an amazing freeze. Unfortunately, just wasn't enough, and unfortunately, the left shift there kind of ended a bit early, making for a quick death for Malcolm there. Once again, Factor trying to get some picks with that EMP. And it looks like Byoingers is able to get 3 picks. Now 4. They're looking to try and get to the final point. Unfortunately, the bombs from Spectrum managed to pick off Astro. But it looks like Tracer is able to take out Spectrum there. Now with both team without a tank, looks like it's going to be really rough for both teams here. However, I think that Spectrum will be able to make it back faster, because even though Byoingers has forward spawn, they're getting very, very close to the spawn of Oklahoma State JV here. So it's going to be very hard for them to come back quick enough. And if Oklahoma State JV can get some picks here, they could definitely bring this back. It looks like Byoingers is able to hold here. Malcolm looking for another ultimate here too that could definitely prove useful. Unfortunately, Malcolm goes down. Hot Rod trying to hold the point here. Only a little bit of time left before Byoingers pushes it to the very last point. Unfortunately, it looks like nobody's going to be able to make it, and that means that Byoingers takes the win 3-0 against Oklahoma State JV. That means that Byoingers will be moving on to the next round, and Oklahoma State JV, unfortunately, will have to wait until next season to play with us again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. We're going to get some MVP interviews going in here, and ask some of these players how they feel about this game. All right, let's see. For Oklahoma State JV, or sorry, actually, we're gonna do Byoingers first. For Byoingers, we're gonna go ahead and ask Who was their ball? Guys, who was their ball? Their ball was Dead Astro, right? Yeah, their ball was at Dead Astro. Yeah. Ugh. Hey, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you, brother.
I just want to let you know that you got VIP, MVP. So how did you feel
Oh.
about how that game went?
Honestly, it felt really good. I was especially nervous at the start of it because I didn't have much time to warm up because I was making dinner. But it was a lot of fun, and I love coming out for charity events like this. It was a great time, I must say.
Yeah, I definitely I saw that ball gameplay at the end. It was very, very entertaining to watch. I love watching ball gameplay as they just kind of just go crazy around the map and try to stall the point. It was very beneficial for your team as well as you were able to hold that kind of forward spawn and they just could not come back from it. Thanks for playing. It was super, super fun, and
Yeah.
I wish you luck on the next round.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to the rest of this league. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for making this league for us.
Yeah, of course. We're excited to see you in the future games too.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Let's see who should get MVP for the other one. For Oklahoma State JV. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Dang it! I like dang it. Hey, dang it!
Hey, wait, what the fuck?
I just want to
Wait.
let you know that you got MVP for your team. Just wanted to say
Oh,
congrats on the game. It was super, super fun to watch, and
oh, thanks.
that I mean, both teams were just going at it. I could definitely see that both teams were definitely in it
Mhm,
to win, especially during that Kings Row match when both of you got to 7 minutes on the second point. Really just entertaining
mhm,
to watch.
mhm.
How did you feel that that
Yeah,
game
yeah,
went?
thanks, man. Yeah, 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 definitely went a little bit rougher than expected. Definitely went a little bit rougher than expected. Expecting, we had to improvise a bit, but also we were still easy to hear bands. But I think given all that said, so I think we really did our best in that game.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you guys come back for future seasons and hopefully come back to win it all.
Mhm. Yeah. Same here. Yeah.
All right, well, thanks so much. I appreciate you joining, and hopefully we'll see you in September for season 2.
Yeah. Same here. See ya.
All right. Well, that is it for everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you would like to, you can see our donation link in the chat. For this season, we are supporting Stand Up to Cancer. They're a super, super cool charity that goes and supports research into cancer and cancer diagnosis early on, which gives patients a much higher chance of survival. So it's really, really powerful what they do. They are a beneficiary for season 1, so we would really appreciate it. Any dollar counts. Any dollar amount that you want to put in there, you can definitely do that, and we would love to have you do that as well. It helps us to put on productions like this and continue to make MST Esports League something special for all of us. So thank you so much. We will be back in 1 hour to stream the LEFLOPPERS versus Craigforce 1 game. So if you would like to go watch that as well, we would really love to have it. I mean, 34 viewers that's just a crazy thing that 34 people want to watch this stupid guy talk about video games. So I really
Hey,
do
not to
appreciate it.
interrupt, but
Huh?
just hello. Sorry to interrupt. But I think we have another team that is set to play tonight, and they informed me that they would like it to be streamed by the one and only Callisto Ledger. And they are
I'm
sitting in their VCs right now.
I'm guessing that was LeFloppers versus Craigforce 1.
It is the Espressos versus Kaiser University Sarasota.
I thought they
Sorry.
started at 8:30. Am I wrong?
Well, they're in their VCs now, and they asked if we wanted to stream it, so I was just
Hey, okay, well, everyone, stick around. I guess we're gonna be doing two games at once today. We're gonna
yeah.
go ahead and go do that, and then ooh, whoops, I just exited the game. I guess right after that game finishes up, which should hopefully be done within the next 30 minutes or so, because they've already been playing for 30 minutes. Once that's done, we will move on to the LeFloppers versus Craigforce 1. So I guess we'll be moving on to another game right now. For those of you who want to stay and watch that as well, we will be swapping over to that very shortly. Just give me 1 sec to get back into the game because I just exited on accident. So stick around, just bear with us for a little bit. You guys can go take a snack break real quick. We'll be right back whenever we're ready.
turn it off.
Oh, the stream?
Yeah, turn off
Of
the
course,
stream.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
All
of
right.
course.
Welcome everyone. We are back now from our little break there. Now we are going to be streaming Sarasota versus the Espressos. So welcome everyone back who is watching from the last stream, and for anyone else who is just now joined in, we just had an amazing game of. It was the Byoingers versus the Oklahoma State JV, and the Byoingers managed to move on to the next round. Unfortunately, Oklahoma State JV will have to join us in the next season. Now going into the next game, we've got once again Sarasota versus the Espressos. Whoever wins will be able to move on to the next round, and whoever loses will unfortunately not be able to join us until next season. Good luck to both teams, and you can all head over to your private channels now.
Thank you. We have an issue with there.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, we already did the coin flip. Sarasota said heads, and unfortunately it was tails. So it looks like Espressos get the first map pick. This should be a fun game. Once again, welcome everyone who is coming back from the last stream that we just did, and to all the people who are now just coming in. I'm actually going to update the chat. We're probably going to have to jump from this one straight into the next one. So I'm just going to go ahead and update the chat so that it's all of the teams that we're going to be doing tonight. For those of you who are just now coming in, you can see our donation link in the chat from one of our lovely staff members. You can go ahead and donate to that if you would like. Any dollar amount helps. And for this season, our beneficiary is Stand Up to Cancer. We would really appreciate it if you could go and support us in that way. It helps us to put on these productions and helps us to continue to make MST Esports a place to change lives one game at a time. For those of you who are just joining, Byoingers versus Oklahoma State JV is what we just played. Byoingers managed to 3-0 Oklahoma State JV, which means that Oklahoma State JV will unfortunately have to wait until next season to come back. Right now we're doing Sarasota versus the Espressos, and later on tonight we are going to do LEFLOPPERS versus the who is LEFLOPPERS going against? There's so many teams to remember. It's very difficult for me. LeFloppers is going against Craigforce 1. That's what it was. So make sure to stay tuned for that if you would like. After this game, we are going to go on to that one. So it would be greatly appreciated if you could stick around with us and help us out with that as well. All right, now with that being updated, all right, it looks for the first map. Looks like we're going to go back to Nepal. Sarasota gets the first hero ban. And looks like they're going to ban Venture. Now Espresso is going to pick their ban. They cannot ban any DPS. Just a reminder, these teams have not played a match yet. They did wait for us to be able to stream their game. So this is the first round. Nobody has any wins yet. We're going to be starting on Nepal, and it looks like for Sarasota, they are going to pick Venture. As for Espresso, we're still waiting on their ban. All right, and it looks like Espresso is going to pick Juno for their first ban. That means Adventure and Juno are both banned for this first match. Should be a fun game tonight. Remember, right after this one, we do have one more. We're gonna probably be going for 3 hours straight here, so definitely stick around if you would like to see more gameplay from. These are all in our Diamond to, or sorry, yeah, Diamond to Grandmasters League, soon to be called the Advanced League in Season 2. But yeah, so if you would like to see more of this Diamond to GM gameplay, we would greatly appreciate it if you stick around. We are continuing to do stuff like this over and over again. Make sure to go check out our donation link or our website. If you'd like to buy merch, we also have merch on our website. It's pretty cool if you ask me. It's pretty sick. I like it. It's champion shirts. Champion shirts are pretty nice. We also have a nice little snapback hat. It's pretty cool. So, both teams ready. All right, looks like we're heading into the first round. Good luck to both teams. Just a reminder in case you forgot, this is I forgot. I didn't change the stupid thing. This is Sarasota versus. I got this, guys. I got this. I got this. I got this. Espressos. That's the one. It's Espressos. I got this, guys. I'm doing great. Espressos. I hope I spelled that right, because if I didn't, I don't care. So yeah.
Ready for battle.
All right, going into the first match, looks like for Sarasota, we're going to go Junker Queen, Genji, Sojourn, Kiri, and Lucio. As for Espressos, we've got Zen, Sojourn, Symmetra, Bap, and Maga.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
All right, getting into the first map.
Everybody holds. Nobody runs.
Looks like KJT might be a little bit. Well,
the objective is now active.
all right. Looks like unfortunately KJT crashed, so we're gonna have to wait for this. For a little bit because looks like KJT unfortunately had an issue with the computer. Looks like we're just going to wait for KJT to get back. Remember, they do have 5 minutes. They did disconnect at 9:15, so in 9:20, if they're not back, unfortunately, we will have to unpause and whoops. Unfortunately, we will have to unpause and Sarasota will just have to play with whoever they have left, which unfortunately it's a kind of a strict love rule, but it is what it is, and you know, that is unfortunately how the game rolls. It is now 9:17. hoping that KJT will get back here soon, because if he doesn't, unfortunately, like I said, Sarasota will have to play with only 4 players, and without a tank, it's going to be pretty rough. I'm sorry if my dog snoring is getting picked up. She likes to sleep in my bed while I'm streaming, and she gets pretty snory sometimes. So while we wait for KJT. While we wait for the time, just one more time, if you guys would like to go donate, you can go to our website there, and you can donate. All of our donations will go towards Stand With Cancer. It's a really good, really nice organization. They do research for cancer development in trying to detect cancer early, which is very good for cancer patients. It allows them to have a much higher chance of survival against the worst disease known to man. So we'd really greatly appreciate if you could go and donate to them. It is done through Streamlabs charity, so you don't have to worry about your money going anywhere where it's not supposed to go. It doesn't touch our hands at all. It goes straight to Stand Up to Cancer. And if you would like to ask more questions about Stand Up to Cancer, you can join our Discord, and you will be able to find our friend I Love Retro, by the way, who is an ambassador for the Stand Up to Cancer stream team. Also in August, if you guys are interested, we are doing some community. Oh, sorry. We're doing some community events. We would love to see a lot of you there. We're going to play all sorts of games like Lethal Company. We're planning on doing like a Minecraft Bed Wars tournament and stuff like that. So definitely go check that out as well.
Olympus, it's where I
All right, now getting back into the game. Unfortunately, due to the disconnect, Sarasota is coming back a little bit late here, but hopefully they'll be able to take this back and make it better for themselves. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Really do appreciate it. Anything to help MST grow is a positive thing. Unfortunately, KJT gets an early pick off immediately. Sarasota now going Maga as well, trying to mirror this other Maga. We'll see if they're able to get any picks with it as well. I want to see. There it is. No, there it is. We love to see some Zen gameplay here in MST. One of the most entertaining supports to watch, in my opinion. Oh my goodness! And an absolute banger shot from the Sojourn there. Managed to get a pick off of him, that Zen. And it looks like Sarasota, despite their disconnect, is coming back strong and is able to take this point. However, Espressos is already at 70%. Now getting back into it, Sarasota just absolutely just demolishing their team after swapping to that Maga, and this Sojourn kind of starting to get a hang of things and get some amazing picks off right there. Coming up, we've got Sarasota with a Sojourn ult and also a Blade here coming up as well. Their Maga is super low, and KJT manages to get the pick on Attractive. Unfortunately, looks like KJT will also fall. However, Toast falls. Oh, Toast uses his ult, but unfortunately also goes down. And it looks like Espressos is going to be able to take this point back. It's a 1v1, Kiriko versus Tracer. Tracer uses her ult, but it isn't quite enough. However, she manages to pick off the Kiriko, and Sarasota is only able to hold for 40% before Espressos managed to come back and take the point from them. They are now down a support, and they're going to have to play through this fight pretty well if they want to take back this point. An amazing ult from Zen there, manages to keep their tank up. However, another Sojourn ult from Espresso, also managing to get some picks there as well. Sarasota trying to hold the point desperately here, but it looks like Espressos is going to take the point once again. They're going to have to touch here pretty quickly if they want to take this back. Coming back with a Sojourn ult, which unfortunately, if they're not able to touch, will not help them very much.
It's go time.
We see Maga jump in, and unfortunately, just the the Zen Discord orb on top of just the amounts of damage from Maga and Window as well, just too much for that Maga, and it looks like Espresso is going to take this first point. However, we did see some good takebacks from Sarasota there after that disconnect, so it is possible that Sarasota will be able to bring this back.
Ready for battle.
Alright, let's hear that fighting spirit. We must all find a cause worth fighting for.
Caught you staring.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Round 2. Capture the objective.
I'm not giving up. Neither are you. I'm here.
Alright, going into the next match. Espresso's immediately taking some heavy damage and using Lamp. Without Lamp, it's going to be very hard for BAP to keep up his team. Toast getting an early pick on the Zen, and now Espresso's without any supports to hold them up. It looks like Sarasota wants this win on this point, and they're not going to give it to Espresso very easily. Espresso got a lucky disconnect last game, and Sarasota wants to show them who's boss. Sojourn going back to pick up their Kiri, very thoughtful of the Sojourn there. Not quite coming up on many ults here for either team, really. However, it does look like Sarasota is going to be in the lead when it comes to ultimates here.
Not so fast.
Sarasota tries to hold the point, and it looks like they're able to get quite a few picks here. And it looks like they might be able to hold. Maga coming back now. Once again, it looks like Sarasota has the advantage when it comes to ultimates here. Coming up on quite a few ultimates, while it looks like Espressos is really only coming up on Maga ult, and even then they're only at 65% of that Maga ult. So it is possible that Sarasota will be able to have quite a good hold here, meaning that we will go into a third point, which I believe is the first time on stream the MST Esports League has gone into a third point in the first match. Tracer being the only person left. However, Espressos was able to take out quite a few of Sarasota's team there. So now they are kind of down both their supports here for this next fight. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to hold up without their supports. KJT taking a lot of damage, charging out, managing to stay up, using his ultimate, but unfortunately they aren't able to keep him up. Now both tanks out of the game. Espresso finally able to cap. Tracer trying to get a pick here on this Cassidy and manages to get the pick. However, Kiriko also falls down for Sarasota. It is it's an even fight here that's going to be very, very difficult for Sarasota to hold, but it looks like they're able to get some picks, and finally, it looks like they're able to get the point. However, Maga tries to come in and touch, but he's taking a lot of damage from the entire team, and Maga falls immediately. Tracer coming in behind, but unfortunately it isn't quite enough, and it looks like Sarasota is going to take the next point, which means that this is officially we're going on to a third map in Nepal, which is the first time this has ever happened in MST Esports history on stream. We have never once gone 1-1, so it is very interesting to see what will happen as we go into this next round.
Ha! Remember me, Captain? From the Black Sand Fires near Tahiti?
Yeah. You still have our chain guns, I see.
Yep. Getting some good mileage out of them.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Last round. Make it count.
There they are. Get ready.
Dodge this.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. Just had to grab water real quick. It is kind of difficult to talk for this long. I never really realized how much of a problem a dry throat would be. So, going into the next round, it looks like we're mostly sticking with the kind of comps that we've come to see so far. An unfortunate anti on that Maga just immediately, it looks like Attractive goes down. But KJT also taking a lot of damage. He also goes down. It looks like Espresso might be able to hold this first point, with Sarasota kind of leaving the battlefield now. But they do manage to get a pick and decide that they should go in. Now the Sojourn just kind of holding off on her own, and unfortunately it looks like she gets picked off. Another early pick on Attractive there, and it looks like the rest of the team just kind of falls without him, meaning that Sarasota finally gets to take the point and start gaining some percentage.
Here I come.
I'm with you.
You know, I always thought that streaming for 2 years before I started this project would hopefully give me some experience in talking for a long time, so I wouldn't have to deal with such a dry throat and have to drink water so much, but apparently that was not the case, because my throat is extremely dry right now. Maga charges in, unfortunately taking a ton of damage, getting antied, and that is it for that Maga. However, KJT also taking a lot of damage, but luckily his supports managed to keep him up, and Sarasota is able to hold on to this first point.
Thanks for patching me up.
Enemy in my sight.
Say quick,
Get in there.
KJT with an early Maga ultimate there, managing to pick off the enemy Maga. It looks like the Tracer falls as well. Both DPS now down. It is only the supports trying desperately to hold on to life so that they don't get picked off and have to wait for their respawn time. Unfortunately, it looks like Kiriko gets picked off, but Lucio manages to escape. Espressos definitely wants to kind of hold on here and wait for their team. They definitely gotta try to wait and try to push in with their entire team here. It looks like with 2 ultimates popping off Sojourn and Kitsune, they managed to get a pick on KJT, with Toast also getting a pick on Dinks. However, it looks like Sojourn tries to go for a pick on the Tracer. It unfortunately doesn't work out. But Espressos might finally be able to cap the point here as they take out the rest of the Sarasota team there. Attractive getting close to a Maga ult, which, as we saw from KJT, can definitely be a game changer for this team. We can definitely see that this will hopefully allow Espressos to hold a little bit longer and maybe even get this point. An early pick from Sojourn manages to take out one of their supports, which is going to be very beneficial for Sarasota as they try to hold on to this. Beneficial for Espressos as they try to hold on to this point. And as Sarasota kind of loses their army there, it looks like They looks like Espressos is going to continue to be able to hold. This is a very close game with Espressos kind of slowly climbing up to where Sarasota is. But if Sarasota can win just one team fight, they will be able to take this point and the first match. Attractive, unfortunately falling in the rest of Espressos soon after. Once again, just the Sojourn alone kind of holding the point. Now Kiriko, but unfortunately doesn't look like it's enough. And I do believe that Sarasota is going to take this first point, and they do. That is 1-0 Sarasota versus Espressos.
Play of the game.
Let's make a scene.
This ends now.
Here we see an impressive display from Attractive as he kind of just wipes out their entire team with that that window kind of coming in clutch at the very end, and I'm sure he got that last pick at the end too. Cool. So now we will move on to round 2. Dang, it's only 9. It's already 9:30. That's actually crazy. All right. Sarasota will get map pick. All right, so it looks like for this next match, we are going to go to Kings Row. I agree, that was quite the amazing comeback from Sarasota after they had that disconnect and unfortunately had to kind of wait to get their team together before they could go into that first point. But luckily, they were able to come back and take that first match, which obviously took a lot of time. So hopefully these next matches go a little bit faster. We don't want to keep our other teams waiting too long. But congratulations to Sarasota on that first win. Espressos get the first hero ban. We're waiting on them right now. All right. It looks like for Espressos, they are going to pick Anna. However, for Sarasota, it looks like they're going to pick May. All right. Both teams ready. Looks like Sarasota is ready, and we're waiting on Espressos right now. We'll see. All right, and it looks like both teams are ready, so it looks like we're going to be going into the second match. Just a reminder for anyone who's just joining in, it is 1-0 Sarasota. This is right now Sarasota versus Espressos. Later on, we will be doing LEFLOPPERS versus Craigforce 1. So if you'd like to see that, make sure to stick around. And for everyone who's joining on TikTok, I really appreciate you. We really enjoy all that we're able to stream to TikTok now. That is super, super cool. So welcome to all of our TikTok viewers as well. And other than that, we'll get started into the second round. We are going to be playing on King's Row. So congratulations to Sarasota for their first win. But now we're going to King's Row, which, as we've seen before, can kind of be a toss-up between the teams. And with a team this close, it is possible that Espresso will be able to bring it back, because we have seen quite a few blunders on King's Row here, and maybe this will be the first game that isn't 3-0 in MST Esports history. Unfortunately, for this first season, we didn't really have much of a seeding system, so hopefully with next season, with our new seeding system, that should be fixed. But for right now, there has not been a single team that hasn't been 3-0'd, so hopefully this time we will see a little bit of a difference in that. Looks like for Sarasota, we are going to be going Maga, Widow, Sojourn, Kiri, and Juno. As for our friends over at Espressos, we are going to go Juno, Venture, Widow, Brig, and Maga as well. So both tanks are going kind of the same route here, with two of the DPS also going kind of mirror picks here with the two Widowmaker players. However, my focus is on Venture here, because as I said earlier in this stream, Venture is personally one of my favorite characters. I really enjoy Venture a lot. Their kit is super fun, very high mobility, very kind of dive into the backline, do a lot of damage, and then get out, which is kind of what I like to play when it comes to these kind of games.
Dodge this.
Venture kind of pushing Maga into their backline. But will it be beneficial, as their Maga is already pretty low? Unfortunately, it looks like Attractive will go down pretty quickly there soon after. Venture unfortunately going down as well. Now with only Juno and Sojourn up, it's going to be hard for Espresso to move into this point. They're going to have to wait for their team to come back to life.
Attacking. Shields up. There's sniper. Charging through.
Alright, well, it looks like Espresso is now trying to take this flank angle here and hopefully try to get some points. Looks like Mutt is able to take out Scars. Attractive is taking some heavy damage here, though. It's going to be very difficult, and unfortunately it looks like Espresso is just once again going to absolutely just fall to this team. Oh, it's still on my face. My bad, guys. I completely just flopped on that. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I'm sorry about that. Just for those who are just coming in, Sarasota is 1-0 currently. Sarasota is on defense, and Espressos is on attack right now. Espressos is coming up on some ults here, possibly. However, Sarasota is coming up on 4 ultimates, which could definitely prove useful to them, as they only have a minute and a half left to hold. While Espresso is going to have to make some moves here in order to get that first point. Oh my goodness, an amazing pick from Toast there, picking off one of their supports. Now with less heals, it's going to be hard for them to push into this final point. They're going to have to make a pick here without getting any picks against them. Brig pops her ult, but we'll see if it's enough. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be. KJT taking a lot of damage, but it looks like it isn't quite enough. However, do remember, just because Espresso isn't getting a very fast cap on this first point doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to lose. We have definitely seen a lot of times where we've seen a team kind of take a lot of time to cap that first point, but after they capped that first point, it was just constant push, and they managed to take back the win. So we'll see if Espressos is able to do the same as they try to push this back. Once again, trying to go for this flank angle here.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Espresso's gonna have to stay on the point now. Sarasota with only 3 people left, it's gonna be difficult for them to hold this, but we'll see what they can do. Sarasota coming back now. Now with Maga coming back as well. Looks like Sarasota might be able to hold this. Espresso still coming back too, trying to get some picks here. Dinked pops his ult, trying to get a pick here. Unfortunately, he doesn't get a pick, but he does take a lot of damage on KJT. KJT falls, and now with D.Va trying her best to get her mech back, which could definitely be a game changer for Espresso here. But unfortunately, it looks like Espresso is unfortunately unable to touch, and it looks like Sarasota is going to be only going to have to cap 1/3 of the first point in order to win this next match.
Initiating match.
Yeah, that I agree. That Widow gameplay was truly something else. We definitely saw some amazing Widow gameplay from Toast there, which could possibly even win them the MVP at the end of this game, if we don't see some other nice plays here as well. We tried to make sure that we get kind of a blend of every role and every kind of hero when it comes to MVPs. But man, that Widow was truly just something special. If I could get through this window, that Widow gameplay was truly just something really special. And I definitely saw some good gameplay there from Toast. Now with Sarasota on the attack, continuing to go with this Widow, which honestly I do not blame them. The Widow was working, as well as the Sojourn, who we did see before was quite a killer for Sarasota. KJT now swapping to a kind of more of a dive character with Hazard, as well as a Kiri and a Juno. No, actually, KJT decides to swap back to Maga. And here we see the elusive Maga 1v1, where they just kind of constantly shoot at each other and never die because it's Maga. KJT manages to get a pick on the Sojourn there. We'll see if Espressos is able to hold this. Unfortunately, it looks like Espresso is going to fall pretty quickly. Espresso trying to swap to quick characters here to possibly take this point back. They're going to have to take it back quick, though, because they only have a little bit of time left before Sarasota is able to cap and get their second point for this game. And it looks like Sarasota is able to do it. That is now 2-0 Sarasota. Yeah, Toast was definitely able to get quite a few good picks there. We definitely saw some amazing gameplay from both of the DPS there, honestly, and here we'll see some Sojourn gameplay as well that I also noticed was definitely getting quite a few picks there as well. A nice headshot on that Cassidy, then kind of chasing over to this Juno, doing what I always do and jumping on people's heads, and then continuing to kill the Lucio, and I also if I remember correctly, they also did manage to pick off that Venture as well, getting almost an entire team pick except for the tank, which is really masterful gameplay from Sojourn there. So now it looks like Espressos is going to get the map pick as well as the first hero ban, because they didn't pick this last map and they also lost that map, which means that they will get both the map pick and the hero ban. All right, looks like for this next map, we are going to go into Circuit. I wanted to see if maybe our friend over, of MST Sports League, Lucy, would come on, but seems like she's pretty tired, so I'll let her sleep for now. Now waiting for Espresso's hero man. It looks like they're going to go for Ram. Thank you. I do have naturally curly hair, and it's very fluffy hair. I like it. It's good. I usually get long on top and then like kind of short on the sides. So yeah, I appreciate it. I don't usually do too much with my hair. I mean, I use like shampoo, conditioner, but I don't take amazing care of it. I'm not like I dyed it like once, and I want to do it again eventually because my hair looks really good in different colors. I will say that. I did a purple once, like purple all the way around. It was nice. People were complimenting me left and right, and I was very flattered. It was very nice. All right. Now going into the next round, just a reminder, it is now 2-0 Sarasota. So if Espressos wants to stay in this tournament, they're going to have to win this next match. And if they do not, they unfortunately will be kicked from this tournament and have to wait until next season to join us once again. This time I'm going to go to the gaming scene quite early here to ensure that I switch over to the gaming scene instead of everyone looking at my face instead. Although I'm sure everyone would love to do that. It is, unfortunately, this is an esports league, so we should have to kind of show esports rather than my face.
Ready for battle.
All right, it looks like for Sarasota, we're going to go Sigma, Widowmaker, Sojourn, Lifeweaver, and Bab. Kind of an interesting comp here. Once again, we're seeing Toast on Widow and E-Money on Sojourn, which is obviously a deadly combo. I'm surprised that neither of them have been banned yet. And also, it looks like we've got for Espressos here, we've got Mercy, Farah, Widow, Ana, and a Sigma as well. Kind of another tank mirror for this map. Both these teams really do like the they do like the tank mirrors here. So we'll see if Espresso is able to bring this back. Now swapping to maybe some more possibly like meta characters here like Pharah and Pharah Mercy, which is this season really shown to be pretty dominant. What did Sarasota ban? Sarasota banned Zenyatta. It was Ram and Zenyatta. Espresso's banned Ram and Sarasota banned Zenyatta.
Collapsing the barrier.
I do apologize because that question won't be answered until a minute after you asked it, because we unfortunately have a 1 minute delay on the stream just to make sure that everyone is playing fair. Looks like Espresso is actually able to get a pretty early pick on KJT there, allowing them to possibly push this this point past that first choke, which can definitely be deadly for teams. It's definitely going to prove useful to Espresso, as they definitely want to win this match, because if they do not win this match, like I said, they will be unfortunately removed from the tournament and will have to wait until next season to come back and prove themselves. There's a lot on the line when it comes to single elimination. Toast managing to get a pick on Dinked there, as well as another pick on the other DPS. Just amazing gameplay from Widow here. It is very rare that I find a very good Widow player. I mean, I don't know. She's a very hard character in my opinion, and to see this just amazing gameplay, it's just pick after pick after pick. It's just really something special to me, and I love seeing it. Man, just wild picks from Toast there. Really just something special. I did just realize that we were supposed to be on attack. I just couldn't help myself when it comes to Toast. Man, everything about Toast right now is just, it's making me smile. So, now moving on to the attacking team who we're supposed to be watching. We see now going back in. They have a minute and a half left to cap that first point. Sigma trying to protect some of his team and possibly even go up for Toast here, who I don't blame him. He's been making quite a few picks here. Manages to get one person in his ult, but unfortunately they use a counter ult to heal all of them to full, and it looks like it looks like Attractive's Sigma ult there was quite a bit more effective than KJT's ultimate there was quite a bit more effective than Attractive's. And once again, it looks like Sarasota is going to be able to hold the point here.
Anna online.
Thanks, Doc.
With Pharah coming in with ultimate, it could be possible that Sarasota will have to kind of fall back here and give them this point, especially if they can bait out Bat Lamp here. And now that they've kind of baited out both Visor and Window, it is possible that if they can push forward with this Pharah ult, that they could push. But unfortunately, it looks like for Espresso, both DPS and a support is now down, and unfortunately the tank falls not soon after. So Pharah uses an early ult there to hopefully take out that tank, but unfortunately just doesn't look like it's enough, and Sarasota manages to hold halfway through the first point. This is looking good for Sarasota, but it is possible that Espressos will be able to hold. It's going to be a difficult hold, but I can promise you that I've seen it happen before.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
Why am I stuck in here now? I don't know. Does anyone know what that little chime is? It keeps on happening. I'm using Streamlabs. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I thought it was chat, but nobody has been talking in chat, and it's still going off. So I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I mean, I appreciate it. If it's something nice, I appreciate it.
Oh,
I think it happened. It
Nexus
started happening
Casino.
after I
You
turned
think
on
with all that
TikTok,
money
so
the bar
maybe it's something to do with TikTok. I'm not entirely sure. But now going into the next match, it looks like Sarasota is kind of picking the same, roughly the same kind of comp that they were going before, except for now E-Money is going to go on May, Freya is going to go on Mercy. Actually, E-Money is going to go on Freya now. And it looks like for Espressos, it looks like they're going to go Bap, Farah, Cassidy, Ana, and Sigma. They're going to have to play a good hold here if they want to take this win.
One less to worry about.
E-Money gets an early pick on the Farah there. KJT gets low, but it isn't quite enough to take him out. Sarasota continues to push the point. A nice shield there from Attractive, and he manages to kind of hold that point, but unfortunately it looks like Sarasota is able to take it back, and now Sarasota is pushing it past the first choke, trying to hopefully get it to the end. KJT looking for an early pick here, but I don't think it'll be enough. I'm not sure if Espressos is going to be able to touch here. They're going to have to make some good plays if they want to come back. E-Money once again with the pick on the Farah there, and it looks like Sarasota wins the match. That is 3-0 Sarasota. Sarasota will be going on to the next round, and it looks like Espressos will unfortunately have to wait until next season before they can play with us again. GG's to all teams. We'll get some MVPs in here. And get some interviews going. For Sarasota, we're gonna go ahead and get Toast in here. Hey, Toast! Congratulations on the win. I just wanted to let you know that you got MVP. So how did you feel about that game?
Overall, it was a very fun game. I got to take out some characters that haven't been able to play in like the collegiate season so far because of the recent metas. So it was fun to pull out my Widowmaker that I'm really comfortable with.
Yeah, we definitely saw
playing.
a lot of really good Widow gameplay there. Even my chat was kind of encouraging the Widow gameplay there with the multiple picks every single fight.
Yeah, it was honestly a blast. It was also really fun as well doing the back and forth with Tracer on Nepal. That was an absolute blast as well. The other team's DPS were very, very good, and they were all very talented players. So
yeah, I definitely saw a lot of very talented gameplay in there. So thanks for joining, and congratulations, your team will be moving on to the next round.
Thank you for hosting tonight. It was an absolute blast.
All right, I'll see you in the next round.
See you in the next one.
All right, for Espressos, we are going to go ahead and get want this person. I believe this was the tank, if I'm not mistaken. Whoops. Hey, welcome. Just wanted to let you know that you got MVP, and congrats on the game. It was super, super fun to watch.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to pull you out. I forgot you were in my group, and I was just upset, and I left, and I forgot.
Oh no, you're all good.
I pulled you out. I felt so bad, bro.
No, you're all good. Congratulations on the game. We can't wait to see you in the next season. Hopefully for next season you'll be able to come back and come with a fresh start and be able to maybe win it all.
Mm-hmm. We my main roster, this is like my off roster because we didn't have support players show up for that team, so I was filling for them. But our main roster will have a Kaizen scrim on Sunday, and hopefully we do better there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Scars is our tank player. But unfortunately, he was on support for this. Again, we just needed a fill. So it was a bit unfortunate, but...
Yeah, well, we definitely saw some good gameplay out there, and we're excited to see you in future seasons. So thank you so much for playing, and we can't wait to see you if you decide to join us for next season as well.
For sure, man.
All right, have a good one. Thanks for playing.
Take care, brother. Thank you. Thanks for the game.
All right, everyone. We are going to be moving on into LeFloppers versus Craigforce Ones. Congratulations to Sarasota. They will be moving on to the next round for Espressos. Unfortunately, they will have to wait until next season before they are able to register and play again. But thank you to everyone who played today. We will be starting with LeFloppers versus Craigforce One in just a minute. I'm going to go take a quick break, refill my water, maybe use the restroom a little bit. You guys can go ahead and go get a snack real quick if you would like, and we'll be moving on to LeFloppers versus Craigforce Ones very shortly. All right, and we are back. We are now doing LEFLOPPERS versus Craigforce 1. Welcome everyone into the game. We've already picked out our hero bands and our map pick. It looks like we're going to be playing on Ilios with Diva and Freya as the bands. I'm going to ask if both teams are ready, and we're going to get this thing started, because I do not want to be here until midnight. So thank you to everyone who decided to stay and everyone who's just joining in. This is going to be a fun match. This is the third match of today. If you weren't here, there was shoot, I'm already forgetting. The first map was Byoingers versus OK State Junior Varsity, and then Byoingers won that one. Then Sarasota versus Espressos, and Sarasota won. And now we are doing LEFLOPPERS versus Craigforce 1. We'll see what happens, and we'll see if which team will be able to stay in the tournament, which ones will not. Alright, looks like the LEFLOPPERS are just waiting on one person, and then we should be ready to go. For those of you who are just joining in, make sure to go donate to our charity. We are doing all of this for Stand Up to Cancer. So if you would like to go support us and what we do, MST Esports League, then you can go ahead and go over to that link and donate for us. That would really be greatly appreciated, and that's a great way to help us continue to do what we do. And yeah, it's just a great thing. Stand Up to Cancer is a great charity. They do research in cancer diagnosis at early stages, which is very, very beneficial to cancer patients and gives them a much higher chance of staying alive. So you can save lives by helping us and donating on that link, and we would really, really greatly appreciate it. So thank you to everyone who has decided to donate to that link and help us with our mission to make lives better one game at a time. All right, looks like both teams are ready, so we will be going into the first round. Good luck to both teams, and we should get started here soon.
Now arriving at Ilios. Initiating match.
Also, I just now checked, and it does look like TikTok Live is actually working, which I was kind of nervous about, but it does look like it does look like TikTok Live is working, which is really, really great, because that was something I was kind of worried about. Yesterday, it seemed like TikTok was kind of messing up the stream a little bit, but now it seems like it's doing fine, which is great. So just starting off, it looks like... oh, let me change this real quick. This is... LEFLOPPERS... versus
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Craig.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
So far, for teams that have won, it was starting off. It was Byoingers, then it was Sarasota, and now we are on LEFLOPPERS versus Craigforce 1. So good luck to both teams. We're now getting started. Going off with the Doom gameplay. Personally, I really like Doom gameplay. Once again, it's just kind of like the fast-paced kind of kit that I just love to play with and kind of get in, do damage, and get out, as we just saw just there. Kind of trying to chase after that soldier and get some picks, but unfortunately it didn't work out for him. And now it looks like LEFLOPPERS are taking some heavy hits right now from this ball, who continues to just kind of chase their backline. Talia also doing some heavy damage on that as this Sojourn here. Definitely seeing some good gameplay.
Thanks for the help.
You see Talia kind of take some high ground here. Lego is chasing after Talia, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it'll be enough.
Railgun charged.
Once again, Lego kind of diving in, managing to get a pick on the Zen there, which could be beneficial for LEFLOPPERS here as they try to push into this point and take it back. Lego diving onto there and managing to get a pick, an amazing pick from Lego. And it looks like it's now just a Tracer and a ball trying to hold the point here, and it looks like It looks like Craigforce 1 is going to have to give up this point at 50%, which is not a bad percentage from Craigforce 1 there. They definitely have an advantage here already, so we'll see how this plays out. Alright, now getting back into the next team fight. Lego is coming up with his ult, as well as Sojourn with her ult, Bordy with an ult, Kiri with an ult, and also a Lucio beat coming here soon, with Craigforce 1 also having a lot of their ultimates as well. We're definitely going to have to see some good ultimate usage here from both teams to see who will win. LeFlopper managing to get a nice pick on the ball there, which is definitely going to be beneficial for LeFloppers as they try to hold this point into all those ultimates. And it does look like Craigforce 1 did use 2 of their ultimates. However, LeFloppers used 3 of them. So LeFloppers is at an ult disadvantage here, but we'll see what they're able to do about it. Getting some heavy damage on that Sojourn, but unfortunately wasn't quite enough. It was very, very close. Getting that Sojourn definitely down to below 15 health. And now Sojourn going in with ultimate, but fortunately that Zen was ready for it with an amazing ult, which is able to save his team from that. Still coming up on beat as well.
This ends now.
Talia uses her ultimate, trying to get some picks here. We'll see if it's able to work as Flatline also ults with his beat, giving a lot of bonus health to his team.
That feels much better.
With Ball also getting low, and now everyone looking at Talia as one of the last survivors of Craigforce, and it looks like Talia will fall as well as the Zen there. However, Lego also jumped off the Void, unfortunately, and it looks like Craigforce was actually able to take the point. But now LeFloppers seem to be taking it back from Craigforce, with Ball once again getting pretty low here. We'll see if they're able to get the pick. And it looks like they are able to get the pick. Craigforce 1 now without a tank are going to have to take this back with 92% held by LeFloppers. Both teams are playing very, very hard to get right now. They're both playing their all trying to win this. They do not want to be disqualified from this match, especially this close to the end of week 1, going into round 2. They want to make sure that they stay in this tournament and can try to get to the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then eventually the finals in late June. It is now 1-0 in this game for LeFloppers here. LeFloppers are playing a good game, but Craigforce 1 still managed to get a pretty high percentage on that game. So this will definitely be a very hard fight for LeFloppers as they try to take this back. It's interesting because now I'm watching the. I want to make sure that I can respond to both Twitch chat and TikTok chat. So I have the TikTok stream loaded up on my phone as well, and it's just kind of funny because I can see the I can see what's going on for you guys 1 minute behind where I actually am, and it's kind of entertaining. Going into it, Bordy trying to get some heavy damage onto the tank there, with Talia getting a pick on LeFlopper immediately, and Hazard managing to save himself from a boop right off the edge there, getting pretty close to dying, but luckily he was able to come back. Twisted, unfortunately, getting picked off, with Bordy also getting picked off. Now with Flatline and Airy just trying to stay up here. Lego also taking some heavy damage. Looks like he might go down too, and it looks like Craigforce is going to take this first fight. This Hazard gameplay is definitely deadly, and we might see some more Hazard gameplay that could even land EXO with an MVP at the end of the game. See Twisted trying to get an early pick here, dealing with a Tracer on point. We'll see if he's able to do it. Tracer's a difficult character to play around with how small of a hitbox she is, and also how fast she is around the kind of point. Unfortunately, it looks like with both DPS down for Craigforce. It looks like Craigforce is going to take the fall here, and now it is up to LeFloppers to hold this point for as long as possible. LeFloppers coming up on more ultimates than Craigforce here, so we'll see what they're able to do. An amazing shield boop there from Brig. There was able to save the Cassidy and the Brig together. And now LeFloppers down both DPS now, actually. Lego also getting low, but managing to use his ultimate to save himself. And now we also have both DPS down for Craigforce. It seems to be an even fight currently. We'll see if it stays that way, or if Craigforce will be able to take the win, possibly. Ana taking some heavy damage. It looks like Ana will unfortunately fall. And now with most of Craigforce back and Brig using her ultimate trying to stay up, but unfortunately she's taking some heavy damage here. However, it looks like she's able to keep herself up by just booping that Curie and getting some health for herself. Remember, Brig does heals by doing damage, so I think that was able to keep her up, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like it was enough, as the Floppers were able to come back and take this this point back, and now they are up to 75%, with Craigforce only taking 32%. We're going to have to see what Craigforce will do in order to bring this back. Once again, Craigforce is coming up on quite a few ultimates here. We'll see if they're able to possibly bring this back for their team, but we'll have to see on that. Lego with an early pick on Lego. It's going to be very difficult for Craigforce here to take this, or sorry, for the Floppers to hold this. But we'll see what happens. Once again, we see the Floppers kind of trying to come back, and an unfortunate boop from Lego gets Talia off the map, and Talia is just gone. Exo and Twisted now trying to hold this point for as long as possible and possibly take out LeFloppers, but unfortunately it looks like LeFloppers were able to just come back way too fast for Craigforce, and it looks like LeFloppers is going to take this first game. What a game from LeFloppers there.
Play of the game.
Foolishness has consequences. Meteor strike!
All right, going into the next map. Let's see. Craigforce. Alright, now just waiting for the Floppers to choose their next map. We'll see what they decide on, and then we'll see if they're able to decide. Their options are Kings Row, Midtown, and Blizzard. Now just waiting on the Floppers. It's a very difficult decision to make between Kings Row, Midtown, and Blizzard. I think there's pros and cons to all maps. We definitely see Kings Row more, and it looks like that is what they're going to go with. Kings Row is I would say is probably the best of the three there, and I do not blame people for playing it. I love watching people playing in Kings Row. It's very entertaining to watch. All right, that since LEFLOPPERS won, Craigforce gets the first hero ban. All right, it looks like for the first hero ban, we are going to be banning Doomfist, which, to be honest, I do not blame them. Doomfist was definitely a good player in that first one. That means LEFLOPPERS will now have to pick a ban that is not a tank or anyone that we have banned before. By the way, for those of you interested, for Season 2 starting this September, we will be adding Marvel Rivals to the mix. So if you're interested in watching some Marvel Rivals gameplay as well, we will be hosting a tournament, well, multiple tournaments in different ranks for that one as well. Looks like LEFLOPPERS is going to ban Juno, so we'll go ahead and get on that. We'll see if both teams are ready. All right, looks like both teams are ready. We'll be now heading into round 2. LEFLOPPERS is 1-0 for this game.
Kings Row, initiating match.
We've seen a lot of Kings Row this tournament, but to be honest, I can't complain. It's a fun map to play on, and it's something that I've personally really enjoy. Is this? Where do I recognize that from? Where's this? Was there a game mode here? I feel like there was a game mode here or something, right? Or am I crazy? I feel like I remember this. Yeah, there's like that little bridge there. I remember this being like, they didn't have a push map here, but I remember there being a push bot. Okay, I don't know. I might be going insane. Anyway, it looks like for LEFLOPPERS, we're going to go Ramatra, Freya, May, Ana, and Mercy. For Craigforce 1, it looks like we're going to be going EXO, is going Ball, as well as Genji, a Widow, a Ana, and a Zen.
Ah, we have come.
Everything from them.
Assistance with the equipment.
Ball trying to go in and kind of touch their backline here a little bit, but unfortunately it looks like is not quite able to get a pick yet. Ramatra already taking some heavy damage, but a nice wall from May makes it so that Genji gets picked off pretty soon. Both teams now down a support. We'll have to see what this Ball can do here. Ball tries to go for the Mercy, manages to get a pick. Freya's also low. He turns around, tries to get her, and he does. Unfortunately, the Ana sleep misses. And now he's trying to go for this Ana as well. Or rather, the Ana tries to go for him, and he runs away. Very scared of the Ana sleeps possibly learning from last game. We definitely saw some interesting Ana sleeps from Craigforce won, or sorry, LEFLOPPERS previously. So
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
oh man, there we see Lala trying desperately to keep the Genji up, but unfortunately Freya just does too much damage and is able to take him out. EXO gets picked off right when he gets ultimate, and it looks like LEFLOPPERS are able to possibly kind of take this hold.
I've got you.
Wait a minute. Is this QP again? Did I accidentally do QP again? I think I might have done QP again. I don't know why it does that. I've never had that happen to me before ever, and then today it's just like nah, we're gonna make it so that whenever you do that, you just, yeah, it's just terrible. Okay, great, awesome, I love that. That's great. I guess we'll just have to do the same thing that we did earlier.
No one can stop me! Did someone call? The best defense is a good berry.
On the payload, moving out.
Well, LEFLOPPER's doing an amazing job at holding Craigforce here, trying desperately to
I don't forget a favor.
yeah, it looks like the teams are gonna ask for a restart here. Unfortunately, I don't know why it does that. It's really dumb. I had it on the competitive preset and then I swapped to King's Row and it's just like, nah, actually, we're not gonna do competitive preset. This game
Now
is great.
entering
It's
King's
awesome.
Row.
It's amazing.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Man, I don't know why Overwatch does that. It's very strange, but hopefully for next time we'll understand that and we'll be able to check beforehand. I don't know. I've never had that happen before to me. Even like in this tournament, I've never had it. But now I get to look at this again. Where was this from? I recognize this. I recognize like the big old like thing right there. I recognize this. I recognize this road. Like where is this? What is this? Someone tell me what this is. If you know what this is, tell me, because I need to know. I don't understand why I recognize that. Anyway, going into the next into the first round. Now actually on competitive rule set.
Don't fret. I see you. Reloading.
Come here for healing.
You see Zen trying to get the pick on the Winston there. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out as Winston dives back into his supports and is able to get healed again. Zen getting some heavy damage from Tracer here, but manages to stay up with the Ana there. Unfortunately, Zen goes down now. Both supports down for Espresso. Exo also goes down, and that looks like a team kill for LEFLOPPERS there. Did I call them Espresso? They're Craigforce 1. Sorry. Long day. We had 3 games today, alright? I'm losing it. I don't care. They know who each other banned. If they go the bans, we'll just be like, hey, stop that. Who did they ban again?
This ends now.
They banned Doom. I know that. They banned Doom and then they banned Juno. That's what it was. If they go those, we'll just tell them, hey, stop it. And then if they don't, then it is what it is.
Careful, we're outnumbered.
And it looks like Craigforce 1 is possibly able to cap with 2 minutes left, which means that they will come back with 4.5 minutes left.
Escort the payload.
Which I believe was actually less time, if I'm not mistaken, less time than they originally had. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Unfortunately, the team that asked for a restart just now has less time to push to the second point. We'll see how they deal with that. A Nano on the ulting Winston. We'll see if he's able to get any picks. Then he is able to get 2. Now going for a 3rd. But he decides to back out. Once again, holding this choke, and unfortunately Exo without anyone to back him up, as they are just getting absolutely destroyed by this Winston with a Nano. Unfortunately, as falls and is not able to come back up.
Let's stop it.
Here we see Craigforce 1 coming back now with 4 ultimates. We'll see if they're able to possibly bring this back for themselves. They do have 3 minutes to push it to the second point, so they have plenty of time here. They just need to space out their ultimates responsibly, and they should be able to take this from LEFLOPPERS here.
This ends
Nice
now.
shot from Twisted, as well as an ultimate from Tracer there, is able to take out that Winston. Unfortunately, LeFlopper used an amazing Sojourn ult as well as Twisted, and Twisted unfortunately lost the fight. And another amazing Tracer ult from Talia was able to kill Winston there. Both teams kind of almost exactly mirroring here, except for the Zen and the Kiriko. But other than that, both teams are entirely mirrored here, and it's just kind of a game of who's better at what. And so far, we've seen that LeFlopper has been winning that game consistently. Craigforce 1 now with 2 minutes left to push it to the second point, and we'll see if they're able to. LeFloppers pop Kitsune there, hopefully trying to get some picks. But it looks like Craigforce 1 knows that they need to back out from that Kitsune, and manages to get out fast enough before they kind of fall. Now, once again, kind of trying to dive their backline here and possibly get some picks. With Exo going after the supports here. We'll see if it's enough. He manages to get a pick on the Sojourn. We'll see if he can get anyone else as well. He does have his ultimate here. Lego also popping his ult and trying to get a pick here. Manages to get a pick on Zen there. Lego now pushing EXO back, trying to make sure that he doesn't get any more space on this point. And with only 60 seconds remaining, Craigforce 1 is going to have to make some choices here to try and push this point to the second, push this payload to the second point before they unfortunately will have to give up. With only 45 seconds left, they only have about 1 or 2 more team fights before they will have to unfortunately give up the point and, you know, just say, hey, you know, we pushed it and we'll have to hold it for that long. They do have 30 seconds left now, which means that they only have about 1 more team fight before they will have to just unfortunately give it up halfway through the second point and see if they can hold the Floppers for that long.
Objective's lost if we don't get a move on. Let's keep it moving.
Craigforce 1 does currently have the ult advantage here. We'll see if they're able to use that to their advantage and possibly win. Both teams getting a pick on the DPS here. Craigforce using ult, but unfortunately not really able to get a pick with it as he dies too fast. Now EXO trying his best to C9 them, but unfortunately it does not work. Lala tries to come back with Curie, but it does not work, and looks like about 3/4 of the way to the second point. Looks like Craigforce will have to give that up, and now just have to hold LEFLOPPERS for as long as possible, and we'll see if they're able to.
Initiating match.
I wish someone would tell me what that thing is. I feel like I know, like it's on the tip of my tongue. I know that this has been used for something. Like, Overwatch has used this for something, but I can't remember. Was it one of the missions? It might have been one of the missions. What were the missions? There was the one that was on the beach, and then you go inside like the ship and whatever. And then there was the one in like Torbjorn's freaking like factory thing. And there was a third one.
4, 3, 2.
I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know. I'm dropping it. LEFLOPPERS kind of hiding behind there from that Freya first. Now starting to push in. Kiri already at 11% ult charge, but Freya is also at 18% ult charge. Wow! An early pick on EXO there. Definitely going to prove useful to LEFLOPPERS as they try to cap this first point as fast as possible to save enough time to get to that second point. Looks like Lego is not going to go for the picks really, but just kind of try to push them back and scare them away from point there. Another anti on EXO, and unfortunately he's just out. And it looks like LEFLOPPERS are able to capture the point with 5.5 minutes left, which is 1.5 minutes more than what Craigforce 1 had. So we'll see if Craigforce 1 is able to hold this, or if not, unfortunately, it looks like LEFLOPPERS will take another win, making LEFLOPPERS 2-0. And Craigforce will have to win the next match if they want to possibly bring this back and, you know, take this from LEFLOPPERS. You see some skillful punches from Lego here. If I'm not mistaken, that's actually more beneficial to punch while you're doing damage as Winston. You actually get more damage out that way, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's just something fun that Winston players do. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not fully a Winston player. I just, you know, I play him when I need to, I guess. Now going into the next fight, Exo takes some heavy damage there, but it isn't quite enough. LeFloppers are coming up on a few ultimates here, but Twisted manages to get a pick on Bordy, and now it looks like they're going to have to wait on that. Oh, man. Lego gets a nice hit on Classy there, knocking him out. And once again on Talia.
You're powered up. Destroy them.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
And it looks like LeFloppers are able to kill off Craigforce 1. Craigforce 1 now coming back with 5 ultimates here, though, with LeFloppers only having 3. So we'll have to see what LeFloppers can do in order to hold this point and make sure that they can win this. They do still have 3.5 minutes left and not much left to push, so we'll have to see what they can do here. They do manage to get a pick on... Oh man, they managed to get a pick on Lala and then on Classy while Classy was using ult and while Lala was using ult. Luckily the Kitsune managed to stay active, but unfortunately the beat was cancelled before it landed. So the beat was unfortunately useless, and it looks like the Floppers are going to take the second match.
Play of the game.
We'll see some nice LeFloppers Sojourn gameplay here. Using that Vortex there to get 2 elims and another one on Twisted there, trying to go for the Widow, and manages to get a nice headshot there as well. Man is in fact that melee champ. We definitely saw some some amazing hits there. And it's very entertaining to watch. All right, now Craigforce 1 gets the map pick. Let's see what their options are. Their options are New Queen Street, Esperanza, or Coliseo. We'll see what they decide to pick. Alright, looks like we're going to be going to Coliseo, which we've only seen once before in MST. So we'll have to see how this plays out, and yeah, we'll see if how this goes for them. Last time we saw a Coliseo map, and unfortunately ended in quite the roll, but hopefully this time Craigforce 1 is able to use that to their advantage. Thank you guys so much for the follows. We do really appreciate it. If you'd like to support us in other ways, you can also go check out our donation website. We are donating all of our proceeds from this first season to Stand Up to Cancer. It doesn't ever touch our pockets, so you have nothing to worry about. It's through Streamlabs charity. You can go ahead and go to that website right there. This is going to be a minute late, so I don't know why I said that, but if you would like to, that would be great. And we would really greatly appreciate it. We would love to continue to put on these tournaments and everything, so it's great. All right. It looks like it looks like for Craigforce they banned Tracers. Now Floppers cannot ban a DPS or anyone who has been banned before. It is. I checked. It's competitive. All right, and it looks like for LeFloppers, they are going to ban Wrecking Ball. All right, looks like both teams are ready, so we will be going on into the next round. Good luck to both teams. If LeFloppers wins this one, it means the LeFloppers will be moving on, and Craigforce will unfortunately have to wait until next season to play again in MST Esports League. However, if Craigforce is able to bring this back, it means that we will go on into a fourth match. All right, it looks like for LeFloppers here, we're going for kind of a dive comp with Doomfist, Freya, Genji, Juno, and Brig. As for Craigforce 1, it looks like they're kind of coming back from that with a kind of almost an anti-dive here with a Hog, Freya, Genji, Bap, and Zen.
This is your warning.
The enemy is approaching. I can protect you.
Nice punch there from Doomfist, managing to save the break, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough as the Twisted manages to get a pick on Flatline.
Dodge this. Just keep that.
Get into the field. Protect the robot. Stay in the circle. Like we were here. Ah, that's better. Everyone feeling better?
Right now, LeFloppers are up 2. It's 2-0 LeFloppers. So if they win this match, LeFloppers will take this dub and will be able to move on into the next round. Unfortunately, that means for Craigforce, they'll have to wait until next season before they can play for us again.
Incoming.
We need to get that boat back.
Doomfist really playing quite deep in here, trying to escape, but unfortunately he does not. Meaning that Craigforce will now have the advantage on members here, as LeFloppers unfortunately do not have their tank. It looks like LeFloppers just will kind of ironically flop as their tank unfortunately takes the fall there. Twisted going in maybe to get some damage here. Looking for a pick, possibly.
We got the lead. Keep him pushing. I'm the boss.
Hacking the Doomfist. An amazing play from Sombra, and it looks like they're able to get the pick on Doomfist. Although Twisted falls, it was kind of worth it because they were able to get a pick on their tank, which is a very beneficial role to take out. However, with a nice blade from Bordy, they were able to pick out Lala, but unfortunately Bordy also fell. So it seems like the teams are pretty even currently. Exo sitting on a Hoggle here, and it looks like Lifeweaver will fall. And unfortunately, it looks like the LeFloppers are able to take the win back from Craigforce. LeFloppers now pushing the point here, trying to take back some of the space that Craigforce got from that unfortunate pick on Lego very early on. We'll see if this time maybe Lego kind of learns his lesson and maybe plays back with the team a little bit more, rather than going in like the Doomfist that we all know and love. Lego just absolutely not afraid of this hog right now, and even going into a counter there, but continuing to stay up. Juno using ultimate there, but it looks like Craigforce 1 is able to take this point with some of their ults as well. Both of their support ults being used there to kind of keep them up.
They're hungry for a fight. Let's give them one more.
Keep the ball pushing because the lead's almost ours. No recovery. I'm unstoppable.
Craigforce unfortunately has a very early pick on them, and unfortunately it looks like their hog falls not very far after.
Somebody call.
Twisted now trying to get out of there.
A better world is possible today.
He's sitting on an ult here. Might use it here soon to try and get some picks. Tries to take the high ground, but unfortunately gets chased off by Winston there. Now with LEFLOPPERS having 2 DPS ultimates, it's possible that they'll be able to push this pretty far, possibly even maybe getting forward spawn here. LEFLOPPERS now down a DPS, while Craigforce 1 still has their team. But it looks like Bordy is able to get a pick on Twisted, and now uses her ult trying to kind of uneven the odds here. A hit from Freya does some heavy damage, but now she's back and trying to get some more picks. 2 more hits from Freya, but it isn't enough to take down. It is not enough to take down Bordy. Bordy continues. Talia pops Kitsune, however Twisted pops EMP there and has managed to get a nice pick on Bordy. Now looking for a pick on LEFLOPPER, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's able to do it. However, tries to go for the Doomfist here, possibly get a pick on that, but unfortunately it doesn't work. No, it actually does work, it's just a little bit delayed there. Now going for the Ana here, trying to get one last pick. But it looks like the Ana is able to actually win that fight. The 1v1 with the Ana versus the Sombra, and the Ana wins. Not always the most expected win for an Ana player versus a Sombra, but I guess this time it worked out. LEFLOPPER now going for some picks as Genji. Managing to get a pick on Lifeweaver already. Craigforce is getting dangerously close to their lead. They're going to have to win this team fight if they want to keep the lead here. LEFLOPPER taking some heavy damage and unfortunately falls, but it looks like Craigforce is already down enough members to where it doesn't really matter. Now LEFLOPPERS once again pushing the point, trying to get to that forward spawn and see if they can keep this lead. Only 3 minutes left on the clock. We'll see what LEFLOPPERS is able to do and if they're able to keep this lead going.
Come on. Area. Under my protection.
What a shame.
Nice hits on the Genji there, and it looks like Talia is actually possibly bringing this back for her team, getting some really good picks here and getting in some heavy damage. Unfortunately, it looks like EXO goes down, but I think that there's enough people dead from LEFLOPPERS where Craigforce 1 is able to win this fight anyway. But now that LEFLOPPERS are coming back, it's going to be hard for Craigforce 1 to push this further than LEFLOPPER has on the other side. We'll have to see what happens. Unfortunately, it looks like Craigforce is going to go down. Now LEFLOPPERS completely together, and Craigforce 1 unfortunately a little bit staggered now. We're gonna have to see what happens. Flatline and Bordy both have ults here, as well as a Blade, a Doomfist ult, and a Kitsune coming in here pretty soon as well. So we could possibly see some very good ultimates here. Bordy pops ult with a Kitsune there. or sorry, not with a Kitsune, with a Nano there as well. Trying to get some picks. Unfortunately, gets picked off by Talia. Now with both with a 1 DPS dead from both sides, we'll have to see what happens. LeFloppers getting some heavy picks against them right now, and we'll have to see if they can keep it up. But unfortunately, it looks like they're taking just way too much damage right now, and Craigforce 1 is once again able to hold it up. However, LeFloppers does have forward spawn now, so we'll have to see what happens and see if maybe LeFloppers can actually bring this back with that forward spawn.
Enemy forward spawn deactivated.
Craigforce manages to push it past the middle, which is something that we very rarely see in MST Esports. They're finally able to take that forward spawn from LeFloppers, and now LeFloppers will have to walk all the way back from spawn. We'll see what happens with that as well. Thank you guys so much for the follows. We do really appreciate it. If you'd like to support us in other ways, you can go to our donation page and show us some love that way. That's not the right one. There you go. You can go over to our donation page and you can help us by donating to Stand Up to Cancer. They're a really good organization who study cancer awareness and cancer detection at early stages, so that cancer patients might have a better chance of survival. So it would be really great if you guys could go donate. If you have the option to donate, we would really greatly appreciate it. But it looks like LeFloppers is going to take the win here, and that means that LeFloppers will be going on to the next round, and unfortunately for the other team, they will not be able to play with us until next season in September. If any of you would like to join, we are always open to new members, and next season we will be opening up 3 divisions instead of 2, so feel free to join any of those. It would be really great, and we'd love to see you there. Let's get some MVPs in here and get some interviews going. For Craigforce 1, or sorry, we do winners first. For LeFloppers, I'm gonna have to say Lego. Hey, Lego, congrats on the win, man.
Hey, thanks, Twin. Thanks, Twin.
Just wanted to let you know that you got MVP. Some of that Doomfist gameplay really inspired me, and I love Doomfist personally. So it was definitely some good picks there that I saw. Even playing into a Hog and a Sombra, you managed to keep your cool and get lots of picks. So I just wanted to say congratulations to you and your team. I can't wait to see you guys in the next round. Maybe see some more fun Doomfist gameplay. So congratulations.
Yeah, I just got on, so I was a little rusty, but I try to play on the passive end and try to appeal for my supports.
Yeah,
thank you.
sure.
I appreciate it.
Of course. Have a good one. Thanks for joining.
All right, you too. No, of course. I'll see you in the next one.
All right, and now for Craigforce 1, we're gonna go ahead and get let's get Twisted in here. Hey, Twisted! Congrats on the game. It was super fun to watch. We decided that you deserved MVP.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for playing in the tournament. It was super fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed that game. And we can't wait to see you hopefully in future seasons as well.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah, have a good one. Thanks for playing. All right, and it looks like that is the end of today. We had 3 games today for those of you who are just joining in. We had Byoingers versus Oklahoma State JV. Byoingers managed to take the win on that one. Sarasota versus Espressos, and Sarasota took the win. And now LeFloppers versus Craigforce 1, and LeFloppers was able to take the win as well for that one. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Once again, if you would like to go donate and help us continue to put on these productions and help out our good friends at Stand Up to Cancer, we would really greatly appreciate it. You can go to that website and check it out. But yeah, thank you.